How much tippet do you put on? Well, of course you know, I'm going to tell you, it depends, right? And it does. It depends on the conditions in the river. It depends on what kind of tackle you're using and so on. Starting with sinking lines, if you're using a sinking line or a sinking poly lead or something like that, you just need about 3 to 4 feet of tippet. You don't actually need a leader. You just add tippet right to that sinking section. In general, when your tippet gets too short, you're putting a new tippet on. In general, I think 2 feet is about right for a tippet length. And that would be for most nymph fishing, dry fly fishing, streamer fishing. Streamer, you might go a little shorter. You might go to 16 to 20 inches. But for general fishing, especially with dry flies and wet flies and nymphs, 2 feet is good. Now, there are a couple other considerations. If you've got a windy day, we're lucky today we have a beautiful calm day in Chile, which is rare. If you've got a calm day, you can get away with that 2 feet, even more if you have some really spooky fish in clear water and you think you're scaring them when you throw your line over them, put a little bit more tippet on. Go to 3 feet even. It's difficult to cast in the wind. It's not so bad when it's calm. If it gets windy, in general, you want to shorten your tippet. And you also want to use a heavier tippet probably. But in the wind, that longer tippet is going to get blown all over the place and you're not going to be able to put your fly where you want it. So shorten up your tippet, maybe go up to a next higher size to get it a little stiffer in the wind. When you're nymph fishing with an indicator or a dry dropper, you want your tippet, the part below the indicator or whatever is floating, to be about 1.5 to 2 times the depth of the water. So you don't have to measure it. You just make an estimate of how deep the water is and pull 1.5 to 2 times that much tippet and tie it below your indicator or below your dry fly. This gives your nymph, because your indicator, your dry fly, is always going to be moving a little bit faster in the current than the stuff down below, your nymphs down below. And it's going to hang at an angle. So in order to get close to the bottom, you need to go about 1.5 to 2 times the depth of the water for that kind of arrangement. But in general, if you're not sure how much tippet material to put on your leader, put on 2 feet, go from there. If it doesn't straighten, it's windy, shorten it up. If you think you're spooking the fish, go longer.